Well, this is your last opportunity if you have anything that you would like to ask, but as I said earlier, if you'd like contact details for Mr. Markey or for Mr. Francois, then you can always contact them at the Dennery Credit Union or at EC Global Insurance or via Dolor Factor Live. Now, Severin, is there anything else that we should be considering?
Well, yes. I wanted to talk a bit about the policy without getting into the technical aspect of it. The policy is designed in such a way that when the individual first signs on, they sign on today, it starts off, or the coverage starts off 10 days after they pay the initial premium. So they will have the cover. In addition to that, I referred to earlier about the segmentation of the island into the northern zone and the southern zone. For the north, for example, we have what we refer to, and the south, we have what we refer to as triggers. The triggers are how often it is anticipated that a particular event may occur, or the likelihood of it occurring. So there is the 10-year return period, the 40-year return period, the 75 and the 100-year return period, for example. For the northern zone, where the customer, or where there is an event, and the event happens it is anticipated that it happens every 10 years, the customer will get 20% of whatever they insured. So let's say the customer takes out a policy for $1,000, right? They will get $200 payment for a 10-year return period. Now the policy covers excess wind and excess rain. For the northern zone, for example, if the wind speed reaches 62 miles per hour, the customer will get 10% of the sum insured. If the rain reaches 207 millimeters, the customer will also get 10% of the sum insured. If you have, more often than not, you may find that there are two events. You may have wind and rain. And the rain, for example, may be a 75-year event. The rain and the wind might be a 10-year event. The customer will get the higher payout, the 75% of the sum insured. Now, once the event occurs, the customer is left with a certain amount. So if you get a 10% payout, you get the $200. You're left with $800. But if a next event occurs where there is a 75, right? You would get 75% of the $1,000. Right? Not 75% of the $800, but the original amount that you insured for, and then the balance. If within that year, the customer has a trigger where it's 100% is paid out during that year, the customer is free at any point to buy another segment referred to, and the segments move from $1,000 to $10,000, right? So the customer is free to take out a policy at any point in time during the year to cover what they think they may be making more money, and decide that somebody may have another child and say, okay, well, you know, I need to protect my income, I need to protect myself against the vulnerability of the event, and decide to take more coverage. So that is how the policy would work. In addition to that, the customer may decide, okay, I not only want to ensure the possibility of an occurrence in the northern zone, but also the southern zone, and the customer is free to do so. Now, with the help of the credit union and the cooperative, they can guide their clientele as to what they believe is the best option for them, because the credit union and the cooperative are community-based, like Mr. Markey is saying, and they know their customers. People, there are over 81,000 members in the credit union movement, so they're well placed to help the membership. So that's one thing with regards to the policy and how the policy works. There is also the automatic, what we refer to as automatic renewal. So on the if the customer take it out on the 1st of January, it expires on the 31st of December, the policy will automatically renew for 40 days. So the customer will have 40 days to pay the premium. Okay. Once that 40 days, once that 40 days has expired, if you don't pay the premium, then it lapses. But the person will have the coverage. They have up to the what we refer to as the 41 days. Grace period, if you like. Yeah,
We don't
grace
call it grace
period.
period, that's what it is.
But that's what it is, sort of,
Okay.
to pay. But the policy will not just lapse at the end of the period, but you'll have 40 days. It will automatically renewed for 40 days.
Okay. Eli, how can someone actually approach the credit union? What should they be saying to you?
Oh, well, most of the times when people approach, it's kind of awkward for persons who are not accustomed to buying insurance. In general, the persons we're dealing with are not people who normally would buy insurance. They're only buying it because the society now is in a position to offer it to them and speak to them about it. What you're pointing out, and recognizing, as we said, we list talking about the most vulnerable persons in the community, and they tend to be the less knowledgeable about most things.
Right.
So those are the persons who need to be guided along the right lines and explain to them why they should have this thing. With the onset of the hurricane season, I think it's critical that people begin to look at themselves and recognize that they can be affected by those events. I've heard it said it's likely to be an active hurricane season.
Yes.
I hope they're wrong. But given what is happening in the world, the frequency of our hurricanes, the intensity of those hurricanes, one cannot emphasize enough that it is absolutely necessary that you do what you can to mitigate your losses.
Okay. Well,
Everybody should do that. Everyone, without fail.
A serious message, and I hope that our viewers are listening to that. Just final wrap-ups, Severin?
Oh, well, the policy we're actually launching, and hopefully Mr. Marquis has been saying that he will be one of the first persons to take the policy.
Yes.
I thought you worked for EC Global the way he's going on.
He's seen the benefit of the
You
policy.
can see that, good.
As a farmer,
Sure.
as a credit union.
Yeah.
But we officially roll out the
On
product on the 29th
29th.
of this month, which is next week Wednesday.
And I will have a policy.
Yeah.
Good.
Right?
Yes.
So I think it's a product that will benefit not just the vulnerable, but everybody. And any questions that an individual has, they could call me at EC Global 451344 or the credit unions, and we'll be glad to guide them accordingly. With regards to the hurricane season, like I say on your other shows, be prepared. You cannot be overly prepared. We're not sure what will happen, not just earthquakes, not just hurricanes, sorry, but you also have the possibility of hurricanes or fire, of earthquakes or fire. So be prepared.
Okay, well, thank you. You're not going away yet because you have to help us with our giveaways. But you know, you've said quite strongly how you feel. Just very quickly.
And I'm saying, any questions they have, any of the credit unions, go to any of the credit unions. If you're in Denver, you go to Denver. But if you're in Labrie, you go to Labrie. Also, so all of the credit unions have been appraised of what is happening, and they know. So if you were to go to them, then they'll be able to help you as far as getting one of those policies. So go to your local credit union, Font Saint-Jacques, Saltibus, Swizzell, Denry, Mabuya Valley, Elks, Civil Service, wherever you are. Your credit union is able to help you have the proposal. They'll put it through for you and ensure that your livelihood, and you are ensuring that you are protecting your livelihood in the event of those catastrophes. And we hope they don't happen, but
yes.
they
Well, with the project launching next week, as we keep on saying, don't be a stranger, don't be afraid to approach the right people and ask the questions. That's what they're there for, to answer your questions. But before we go tonight, we want you to name 3 Dolor Factor Live sponsors located in Rodney Bay. Now, you could have said, of course, EC Global Insurance. They have an office at Rodney Bay. Infinity Colour Shop, Strands Hair Salon, Sea Island Cotton Shop, Baywalk Shopping Mall, Carib Cable, Vision Express, and Quartz. So these are our sponsors who you can find in Rodney Bay, and you'll win a gift voucher. So I'm going to actually dip on that, and let's see who I can pull out of here. Inertia Eugene. So Inertia, you have won a voucher, and we will be in contact with you with that. Now, we've asked you as well, how many multi-services do Carib Cable provide? And you know, I think you do the honors for that.
Oh.
And the answer for that was 4.
Cecilia Eugene.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the Eugenes
That's a
are quite
family.
prominent.
But we do have the family on our side. Okay,
Cecilia
great. Good. So, Cecilia, you are going to win a Carib Cable gift bag. Now, Severin, you're going to do the honors on our Vision Express. Now, over the jazz period, people had to come to me and say, Delia, you know, you're wearing glasses from Vision Express, because that's what I do. And the lucky person is going to win this pair of spanking new Polaroids. Really great. And so, as you can see, there are absolutely lots of people. That box is full.
Lots of people.
So someone is going to be very happy that you pull their name out.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of people.
Is it appropriate if I pull my name?
No.
No, you're in here, so you're
Rosalind Milner.
Rosalind Milner. Okay, so Rosalind Milner, you have won these glasses and we'll be in contact with you. So, on the next on Sunday, actually, coming up, the 26th of May, make sure you support the National Community Foundation at the 10th Annual Telethon at the Gaiety on Rodney Bay for a fun-filled family event which presents all things national, Tout Bagay St. Lucie, music from all genres to suit all tastes, gospel, calypso, soca, reggae, R&B and rap, poetry, drama, tasty food and trendy fashion. For the children, bouncy castles, lucky dip, face painting. And the NCF appeals to corporate St. Lucia and private citizens to support the work of the foundation by pledging and supporting all year round. The DFL team will be there and I'll be asking you to pledge. So let's hope, or let's help those less fortunate than us. So that's Sunday the 26th May at the Gaiety on Rodney Bay from 12 midday up to around 9 p.m. Now, next week there's no Dolor Factor Live due to the Corpus Christi holiday. But when we return in June, there'll be a lot happening. We have one-on-one interview with a well-known St. Lucian. We have actually an international St. Lucian on an exclusive interview. We actually have a show on sexual priorities and special giveaways for fathers. And don't forget to tell us why you would like to have lunch or brunch this Father's Day at Ladera. All you have to do is tell us, you know, who is this father? Why do you think that they deserve to have a special brunch? What is it they do for their children that make them really special? And the deadline for submissions is Monday the 10th of June at 12 noon. I want to say thank you to both my guests tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the launch next week when everything is started with the policy. And thank you so much for being here. And once again, Severin, thank you.
Pleasure.
Good. Now, people, it is critical that you understand what your policy covers and what it doesn't cover. Not fully understanding an insurance policy is where a lot of homeowners slip up. Not all disasters destroy equally and not all policies are created equal. Depending on your policy, many natural disasters are not covered under a general homeowners policy, and that is why EC Global's micro-insure policy is ideal, and also all the policies that they have, they do think about their customers. It's unique, affordable, and it tracks itself. Now, there is no time like the present. The sooner you buy this new insurance, the sooner you'll feel at ease. You never know when the next disaster will strike. So make sure that the roof over your head and your livelihood and your land is covered. Why? Because DFL asked you to. Thank you for watching Dolor Factor Live. On behalf of my guests, Severin Francois, Eli Markey, the DFL team, and DBS, I'm Delia Dolor. Good night and God bless.